Today's the big day. Today's the day where we're going to install the cylinder in the 850 engine. Yes, I've gone a little bit further than the 50cc that it's born with. Shh, don't tell anyone. However, this is the cylinder we're going to be putting in. It looks it looks big, huh? No, this is 102cc. Yeah, it's not really that much because when it comes to horsepower, this doesn't really produce that much. But and again, you can't really make them go that much faster just by making the cylinder bigger, because it's 4 gears, right? So you only have that 4 gear ratio. So if you need that thing to go faster, there are different ways to do that. I'm not going to tell you here because I'm just not going to. This. So what do we got in the kit? I bought a kit with the cylinder, a piston, cylinder head, gaskets, piston rings, a bolt, and the locks for that. So they are all going to go in the engine. So let me show you. All right, so here she is. I do apologize, but I've been working out and I got a little cold today. So, well, sorry about that. So, as you see, the kit is right here. This is what we need to install. What is a bit irritating for me, really, when I buy something like this, is that there's not a manual there, which is, it's okay when you know what you're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, you try to do this at home, like I am, there would be something that is nice to know on a piece of paper that says piston has to turn this way. There's been bolts and bits and bobs and whatever you need for this. And there wasn't, for example, the bolts for the cylinder head, for the attachment. So I had to reuse the old ones. So, well, I'm going to do that. But firstly, let's take a look at the piston itself. And you see there's an arrow there. That arrow points towards exhaust, which means in this case, it will turn upwards. Which means that this hole here will be turned in towards the inlet on the in the cylinder, and you can see the inlet in the cylinder is the grooves right there, right? So it's going to be sucking in there, way blah blah blah. That's the way it goes, yeah. And if you look at the piston itself, you see there's a little peg there, and there's a little peg there. When you install the piston rings, first of all, be careful, but you have to install them to that point, and to that point, right? I'll show you. Just, right, hang on. So, first a look at the rings, and you see they look exactly the same. Is there anything written on them? No, not really. So this is as good on the top as this is a good on the top, so don't worry about it. Just, yeah, okay. So here we go. I'd like to use a little dab of oil. I don't know why I just do that. If there's any left. Come on. Oh, there we are. All right. So, okay. So, how's your day? Right. There we go. So, first ring. And again, be careful with what you do. See if I can find the peg once more. There we are, I think. Yeah. So we're just gonna, work that thing into that groove there. There we are. And perhaps just one more groove. Here we are. There we go. There we are. Right. And just remember, don't force these things, because if you do, you might end up breaking them, which would be a terrible idea. So this is the first one. You see how easy that was? But you still have to be careful. Let's see if we can find that peg once more. There it is. You see that? Right? So if we can focus on that, that'll be great. So when it's squeezed in, you see, it won't be able to move. Right. I'll just do the on top one. Right. There we go. Just like that. Cool. Right. And boom, Bob's your uncle. That's it. This be ready. What we could do now is that you see in here there's a slot in there. We put in one lock. One of these, just one. We oil this sucker up good and we pre-fit and see how good it goes. Usually it goes pretty good. Then it's back on the engine and put this back on. So we know that this is the inlet, which means in this case I'll be flipping this way and the exhaust will be upwards. That's cool. Right, you see it. First one's in. It's in the groove there. So I'll be oiling up this bit here and take this in for a free fit. Alright, that's good. Smell is so wonderful. Again, let's do a little grease up. So let's see how well she fits. That ain't bad at all. That ain't bad at all. All right, so now we know it fits. So again, it back out with latex gloves. Well, you see, there's no slack here. This is actually pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm very much impressed. So, that being said, so this is the first part. Now we have to check to see how the cylinder does, because it might not fit. So let's have a look at that. As you see, this is the exhaust part, so that has to be turning upwards because the exhaust on this machine here is that way over, right? So this is the way it's supposed to be. So let's just test and see if it'll fit. Let's just see if it'll fit. Ready? Boom. That fits. If it fits to here and you feel resistance, don't try to smack it with a hammer. Don't beat the living shit out of it. Just take it back out and have a look, see what might be occurring. Because some kits I found needs to be cut in different places. However, this machine that I have here has been modified before. And here you see the old one, right? So I know that this will fit. It's just, you have to make sure that there's room and you don't have to force it in. Boom. There you go. Right, so that being done, the piston will be going onto the piston rod, which is here, right? Yeah. Then we have to carefully put the cylinder over all this. Okay, nice. So I'll see if I can rig something so we can see what's going on. I'm not sure it's going to be happening, but I'll try. All right, so there's a locking thingamajig here. Just don't take that out. Come on. There we are. Okay. There's a needle bearing here. Just gonna put that out. See? It's a needle bearing. All right. Remember, these are small machines, so it's okay with the bearings, with needle bearings and whatnot, because well, it's not that powerful machine. So I'm going to dab these with oil just once more, just to make sure that everything is lubed up. All right, so like that. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so we know that exhaust is up, so this is that way here, and I locked it putting a locking pin here. So let's try and put this in here and see if we can get that hole there. Get in the hole. That would be nice. That would be fantastic. And boom. It is actually in. What do you know? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There we are. All the way, gents. All the way. Locking pin. Let's put that in. See if we can get this in here. There we are. Oh yeah, like that. Click. And it looks absolutely fantastic. Remember to check and to see if it's actually in the groove. And it looks like this is just right. Yeah, that ain't too bad. So next will be gasket. Well, this is for the exhaust, this is for the cylinder head, and this is for the bottom end, right? So let's fit that. Let's see if we can flip this the right way, which will be about there, and put that on here. There we are, just like that. Doodle-doot. Fantastic. Here we go. Okay, so secondly, now we're going to find the grooves that we were in before there. And the second one would be around there. Right, so now we're ready for the cylinder. So we have to be careful now. So now we have to get these squeezed a bit so we can get the cylinder over this. Might not be that easy, but we'll try and see anyways. Let's see if we can get this in here. See if we can get this in here anyway. Yeah. Maybe a bit. There's one, I think. Oh, and the second one. Not quite there yet. Perhaps here. Hang on, something's up. That one, you see? I don't know if you can see it. Let's just try to get a little more light in here. So let's see. That's not supposed to be there. No, it's supposed to be in the right position. So let's see if we can get this. So that one is flipped around. Well, it's not supposed to be simple. The challenge is needed, so let's have a look. See, there we are, and there we are. Okay, so let's try that again. Again, I do apologise for the sniffling. It's I've been out working a bit cold. Let's see if we can get this in. It's in the groove. Is it there yet? There we are. I think. Yeah. Whoops. See if we can hit that hole again, and then not to destroy the gasket. see if we can get that gasket up so it'll be lining up as I want it to, like, ow, like that. So, well, that looked pretty good, didn't it? Yeah, right. So, do the nuts that's holding it. I can find them. Should be 4. Right, so 1. Well, you don't have to wait around for that. I'll just do that. Right, so all these have been tightened. And I'm just going to check the flea play. And this looks fantastic. I'm just going to do my finger just a bit because, well, I like things lubed. It's gonna smoke a bit when it's gonna start off for the first time, but I think I'll be right. So let's have a look. See how this goes. Fantastic. Looks just right. All right. Okay, so now we need the cylinder head back on this one. We need that on, right? So, as you see, there's a gasket with it. So I'm guessing that we're gonna have to put on the gasket. And it looks to me like you can only turn it one way, like that. Yeah. And let's see how we'll make this fit. Hang on. Must be the easier way. Let's just put these into the cylinder first. Cylinder head, sorry. Put this in the cylinder, we'll be back at square one. No. Like this, like that. And pre-fit the gasket, which is going to be like, I'm guessing like this. There we are. On top there. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Right. Fantastic. Yeah. So cool. So, like that. Let's see if it'll fit. Looks fine. Looks just fine. See if I can find my tools. Yeah. That one's coming on easily and nicely. Like that. Yeah. So I can release this. There. Get this into the groove. Let's see. And finally, if you feel resistance, stop and realign. There we are. So there we are. Okay. Whew. Okay. So this is coming on nicely. And when you do these to tighten these, you tighten these in star formation, so you'll even out the load. Let's use this. It's because my glove here is slippery now. So I'm just gonna use my tools. There's no resistance here whatsoever. It's just sliding in nicely. Just right. And remember, all the torque specifications were found in that manual, which you could download online from Google. You just write Piaggio 850 service manual, and you'll find like the Holy Bible for these things. It tells you something, it tells you a lot of things, but it doesn't tell you all. So some things I had to guess, and I had to check the different forums to see if I can get right. So yeah, and this is actually pretty fun for me because this is very, very small when I compare it to what I usually do. So I showed you the piston on the previous videos that I work on usually on a truck and a bus, an MTU unit on a battle cruiser, but at the same size as the car you see behind you. So yeah, I have your resistance now. So now I'm just gonna tighten them into a field resistance. Maybe I should just pause here, and I'll just. And we're back. So now I've got resistance of all of them, and I've been changing, going from this one to that one, and from this one to this one, and just tighten a little bit every time. And now it actually feels good and tight. Yeah. Right, so last one. So okay, I'm satisfied. Usually we do it with a torque, but however my torque does not go to 25 to 30 Newton meters. This one starts at 40 because usually I don't have anything this small. But we all set now, so we have the cylinder head installed, we have the cylinder installed, and the piston is in the correct position. And now would be a good time to fill up your hang on. So the cylinder's head's on, the cylinder's on. We're satisfied with the torque setting. The piston itself, as you can see here, just no resistance whatsoever, just fantastic. Right. What you can do now is you can fill up the gearbox with transmission oil, the oils that are specified for this vehicle. Don't do it with differential yet, because if you fill this up, you'll just pour out here. This one takes, I think it was about 0.6600 milliliters, and this one took about 3. But you fill this up, but it has to be in the right position before you do that. So you need to figure out, is it gonna be like this, or is it gonna be tilted up a bit more, right? So, but you could fill some of it in right now, and then open up the level here, and that it's drain out whatever excess. So, but anyways, so I hope this give you a little instruction about it, or a little idea about how to install your own cylinder. It's really not too difficult, but you have to be careful about what you do, because if you all tighten these small things here, things will break, and then it will be costly. Right then, thank you very much,